a man. His name was Ross. He ripped his pants running from the cops. He ran so fast he escaped their clutches, but he sprained his leg and wound up on crutches. One day he was insulted by a man named Fred, so he took his crutch and hit him in the back of the head. An ambulance came to rescue Fred, but when they got to the hospital, they pronounced Fred dead. Now, Ross was a pretty clever man, so he went out and found a man named Dan. Now, Dan was a man with a very hot head, and he'd been insulted by the man named Fred. So Dan told Ross that he wanted to make Fred dead by clubbing him across the back of the head. Then Ross could put his murder alibi in order, for he recorded Dan's threat with a tape recorder and sent the tape to the police through the mail, so the cops threw hot-headed Dan in jail. So the judge told Dan in jail he'd stay, and he sat there still till yesterday. Dan was foolish and his head was hot, so good old Ross was never caught. Sometimes the law just ain't so fair, 'cause they're taking Dan to the electric chair. He caused a fight and he killed a guard, so his punishment was very hard. Ross heard the story on the radio, so the truth the cops will never know. Ross laughed out loud till his face turned red, and he heard that Dan was finally dead. I made up this story and it ain't so nice, but I'm sure it's really happened once or twice.